Okay, we're going over the hip hinge archetype, which is the most important archetype. And our goal is to both increase strength throughout the increased range of motion. So our favorite kind of warm-up exercise, prehab exercise, whatever you want to call it, is the foundation training sequence by Dr. Eric Goodman, specifically the founder sequence, which is a 2-minute sequence that we can do to work on our strength and work on improving our range of motion. So I'll have Josh demo that. So come in the middle. So the founder position is just a basic hip hinge. In his hip hinge, he's gonna externally rotate to lengthen the front of his shoulders and to get his back firing. And we're just gonna be here for 20 seconds. While he's here, he's using his glutes to keep rotating his hips anteriorly to keep that extension in his low back. His weight's coming back in his heels, then he's pulling his knees, straightening out his legs to feel stretch throughout the posterior chain. After 20 seconds, he's gonna bring the arms in front, effectively lengthening the lever, creating more strength that he's gonna have to fight through to maintain this position, creating more stretch in the posterior chain. He's continually trying to rotate his hips anteriorly, keeping this. As he warms up, he might start to hinge a little bit lower. After 20 seconds in this position, he's gonna pull his hands back in, and he's just gonna do 20 little pulses. Or for 20 seconds, he's doing pulses. Now notice, he initiates it by pushing them back, but forward, but back, but forward, but back, but forward. So he's still hinging from the hip, and he's not creating a hinge joint from the spine. So we're 1 minute in. Next 20 seconds, he's gonna bend down and reach out in front of him. And he's still got all his weight back in his heels, so he's falling backwards. He's reaching out in front of him so that now we can create way more stretch. The more he's pulling his knees back, you might start to see some shaking in the legs. That's the stimulus that we're looking for to really create the adaptation. Back still looks nice and, back still looks nice and good. After 20 seconds, he's gonna come back to the founder position, and we're gonna be here for 20 seconds. Kind of getting a little bit of break from that more intense stretch that we just had and preparing for the last stretch, which is gonna be hands back up. We'll do this for 10 seconds with the thumbs up. Still working on leaning back, still working on straightening out, still working on rotating the hips forward with the glutes. Then turn the pinkies up, reach up higher, holding this for 10 seconds. You're gonna feel a lot of pressure in your low back. If it's too much pressure, come out of it, but there should be a level of intensity, and then squeeze your glutes to come out and finish. Good job. So that's it. That's the full 2-minute founder sequence. And Dr. Eric Goodman talks about if you have some pain or discomfort in your lower back, you could do that 10 to 20 times a day and work on reversing that dysfunction, getting blood flow in your lower back, regaining those positions that maybe you have some dysfunction, so those positions are hard for you. Just working on this for 2 minutes at a time will make you such a healthier mover and work on lower back health.